Welcome back. And you see the title, right? You read the title, so you're here for Assassin's Creed, but not only Shadows. I would say it's probably the whole thing about the franchise in general. Basically, I play Assassin's Creed on and off from time to time. It's not the kind of game that you kind of just like pull like 8 hours into it when you actually enjoy it. Sometimes you just stop, you enjoy the gameplay and the story, and then you come pick it up later. And I think that's been like kind of a philosophy of a new modern Assassin's Creed game, especially the RPG um, trilogy. Although I see Shadows it's also an RPG, but it doesn't. I don't think it advertises it as such, but it is an RPG game. And to start off, I would say something about the player expectation, right? How people are perceiving the game. I would say it has been like this for many years since the first game. The plot, people tend to like I don't know not tend to but more like people kind of start noticing it like early on, not early on but like later on, as the game become more and more popular and sell well and people play it. As like with AC1 we have a conflict with someone that you're close to, Altair and his mentor. And then in Assassin's Creed 2, you have family of SEL getting executed, so it become a vengeance kind of thing. Then he got his own game, right? ACL got his own game. Brotherhood is about forming, well, Brotherhood. And Revelation is about, finishing all this together and, just I don't know what to put it. It's like almost 3 a.m. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a trilogy of his own, so that's why people love the game. People love the trilogy of SEO, but it all ties back to family conflict. And in SE3 we have Connor and Hayden. Also, spoiler by the way. Spoiler by the way, if you haven't noticed, Connor and Hayden about family issue, and also Connor's mother and his mentor as well, Achilles. I think his name is Achilles. And then in Black Flag we have Edward Kenway that pretty much lost everything, almost everything at the end of the game, friends, family, and it ended on a good note, albeit a bit sweet because he had to quit piracy to live with his daughter and form a brotherhood in London. And then we have Rogue. I'm gonna skip Liberation and Freedom Cry solely because I haven't played them. So excuse me. But I think I think Liberation is tied to the character's mother. Yeah. And then in Freedom Cry, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure of this. But judging by the trailer, he was separate from his mother, right? And then we had the Chronicles, which I haven't played them, so I don't know if it tied to family conflict or mentor kind of thing. The Black Flag ended like that, and then we have Rogue, which, well, he's gone rogue, hunting his own friend, his own mentor, sorry, and eventually just destroy everything that they have built. But Connor from Assassin's Creed 3 rebuilt that. But then it lead to the death of Arnold's father in Unity and the end of the rope. So Arnold become an assassin. He would become an assassin anyway, but still, he become an assassin quite early in his life. I think Connor was the youngest. Not sure about Arno. He's not real cool. But yeah, the death of his father make him become an assassin and try to find who killed him. And I don't quite remember, even though I played myself like twice. Yeah, Arno kind of just become like master assassin in his own way. I haven't played the Kings yet, so it's not like full context. But he lost pretty much everyone that he cared for, people that he think can be trust. He had to kill them. And then in Syndicate, it's kind of tied back to Black Flag, which is Edward, you know, base of operation that has been controlled by the Templars in London. Jacob and Evie is a twin sibling, so there's also a family conflict. But there's also Jack the Ripper DLC, which I've only seen the video of, but I did play a little bit of Syndicate, and it is about family. And then we move on to Origins. Now that one is very tight, because Bayek and Aya and their late son is the main plot of the game. They have to eliminate everyone that has wronged them. And Bayek, I'll talk about this later. In Odyssey, we have Alexios and Cassandra. And, well, I did say spoiler before, right? They're gonna face off at one point in the game. And it's all because it ties to the family, the origin from the Sparta. And then in Valhalla it's not even a spoiler. It's the start of the game. You basically see your father get beheaded and your mother get killed, and you only survive with your I'm not sure if it's a sibling or someone else. I think his name was Scar or something like that. But he's a brother figure to Elbow. And then it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is also about. It's a mix of. I guess it's a mix of like Syndicate and a bit of Freedom Cry. Not just because there's a black character in the game, but the whole theme is similar. You know, Freedom Cry. From what I've seen, is about liberation and finding your own truth and becoming an assassin. That I guess not the first black assassin, but more like people that a person that has been enslaved turned into assassin. And Yasuke is similar in a way that he got picked into become the bodyguard of Oda, I think. And then Naoe, if I pronounce that right, she lost everything: her homeland, her father, her everyone really, and she only had like a few connection left. And she's on the path to vengeance and revenge, and even her kind of like mother figure, I guess, like even support that, like everyone need to die by your blade or something like that. And it creates this kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but like family tension, right? And it comes to the point of my video. I'm gonna start with the fact that Nawe is not a warrior by any means. She's a shinobi. She's a stealth. She used tools. She used everything in order to win. Which, compared to all the three protagonists of Assassin's Creed RPGs, like Bayek, he's a Magi, not Magi. Sorry for pronunciation. Magi, and he's a warrior. I mean, you start off fighting the big guy in the epilogue, or not epilogue, the prologue, right? And then in Odyssey we have Cassandra and Lexios being a mercenary, so they're fighter for coin, for money, and all that. Although I haven't played much of Odyssey, I play a lot of Origins and Valhalla. Valhalla is fun. It looks good. which is really atmospheric. I really like the kind of like how do you say Nordic like area is which is like cool. And that's not pun intended, by the way. And I really like it. And Elwar is a Viking, so he's brutal. Or she is brutal. I play as a she though. Every game I play as a female, kinda. And then we have Noe, which is not a fighter. Like I said before, she's a stealthy girl. She knows how to fight, but she's weak, right? Sometimes you try to assassinate someone and they caught you because they're more powerful than you. And that's the problem with the modern day Assassin's Creed game. We play Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, and we jump right into the action. There's not much like stealth mission. It's kind of open ended, you know. You have a choice to do a mission. You can just walk around, explore, liberate town, kill people, and all that. And in Shadows, it's not quite the same. I don't think it's the same. Sorry, let me catch. Alright. Naoe is not a warrior by any means compared to the badass of Viking, mercenary, a magi. She's trained to kill, but I think it's one of the earliest optional meditation thing that you can do. It reveal her story, her background. So the main story, if you just go through it without checking anything, even though she said it for herself that when you approach some spot for meditation, she would say something like, "Oh yeah, this is the time to remember Iga, which is her hometown," and that is completely optional. You don't have to do that to progress the story, and it's both like intentional design in a way for Ubisoft, but it's also a flaw because people would walk past that and they choose not to. It's an option. You can choose to do that and relive the past and learn more about Noe or about Iga, about her father and all that. But it's completely optional compared to how over the top and kind of scripted segment in Origins, and in Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla, it tied to the main story. If you do something, well, it's gonna tell you exactly to your face. You cannot skip it. You can kind of rush it, but that's pretty much all you can do, really. So slowly telling a story in a traditional form. Meanwhile, Shadows respect the player for patience, and if you run out of patience, you're not gonna enjoy the game. I mean, it's saying the title. You need patience to play this game, and it's an RPG game, so you need patience. But unlike any other RPG game, which people tend to compare to like Red Dead Redemption 2 or other game out there, I don't think it's a fair comparison because Arthur, we get to know Arthur as he talk and interact with people, and that's what I like about Arthur. He's one of my favorite character in video game in his history, and I really like that. But then it come to a mission where it's super scripted and you don't have much option to do things your way. And I think that's kind of the weakness that Rockstar protected restraint for more immersive and cinematic experience, but not exactly a sandbox game, even though it could be. So I think a fair comparison to Shadows would not be Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't think any game can live up to be the same as Red Dead 2. I think the better comparison for Shadows would be I forgot about the game. Let me look it up real quick. One of the game is Hitman World of Assassination. It requires patience, so yeah, And the key to that is that the pacing is fine. And why is it not a game? I remember this other game that also required patience with you. I'm pretty sure I didn't note it down. I'm sorry. So we have Hitman, Blow Up Assassination. What's the other game? Alright, let's just go with Hitman. The World of Assassination, because it's a sandbox game, and it's a stealth game first and foremost. You can, oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I think that would be a more fair comparison, because in both games you can choose to go stealth and come like finish your mission. Though some mission is, gun blazing, or some mission stealth only and stuff like that. It's tasting the player, is making the player more patient to get the result, which is good. The execution have to be good for the result to be good. So yeah, in Phantom Pain you have like sneaking around, gather information, checking the guard routine, stuff like that, which is similar to Hitman of Assassination and I think Hitman game in general. You just need to be patient about stuff. You can go sorry, you can go in gun blazing, but if you play it right, it's gonna be fun. It's not just shooting gallery. It's not Call of Duty. Although some Call of Duty does have stealth segment, but that's not the whole game. Metal Gear Solid, Phantom Pain, and Hitman is much more, a better comparison to Shadows. And I think one extra thing that I would add to Shadows is that it requires patience and respect. So you have to respect the game, not just about the culture and all that, because you can't climb Torii Gate unless you want to disrespect the whole country of Japan. So yeah, the first thing they tell you when you pass the Torii Gate is that trying to climb that, it's not good. So people have a choice. Although I do have critique for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is, I would say you can't kill animal, you can't hunt anything, you can't kill innocent people, but I think it's a deliberate choice by the developer to make it that way. Basically, you cannot kill innocent because a shinobi wouldn't do that, a samurai wouldn't do that. You have the option to do that, like in other game, right? Like killing civilian and then you get desynchronized. If you if the choice is that you cannot kill them in the old game, just get rid of it. Just get rid of the option to kill them. But I'm not an expert. I only start playing AC Shadows for like 5 hours in multiple session. I can't really play a long session unless I really feel like I wanna, you know, like get into the game and learn about the game. I would suggest play in Japanese dub because English dub nowadays sounds kind of weird actually. And it's a Japanese game, right? It's not a Japanese game. It's a game set in Japan, so just set it to Japanese dub. You can choose that on the go. Trust me, you experience better because in English it was kind of weird, kind of weird. The delivery is not exactly not. It's not good. I have to say it's not good. The English dub in Japanese media is always bad, right? There's some exception, of course. But yeah, the game requires patience, just like Phantom Pain and Hitman. Your execution and the consequences of your success and failure will determine what kind of result you're gonna get. It's gonna be clean kill, stealth, walking around, climbing building, using kunai to headshot people, assassinate them one by one, and face up the big guy, something like that. Yeah, it requires patience. I want to I want to say that that kind of experience, uh, they don't come from people who play the game. If you watch someone that play the game, maybe they're boring, right? If you watch the game and like watch people play the game and they play it very patiently, they walk around, they enjoy the scenery. Maybe you don't want to see that because you come here to see the action, the crazy parkour, the crazy swordplay, the gameplay mechanic of Yasuke and all that. I would say, man, I wish Ubisoft have like demos of the game so you can try it. Because demo really help with the game. Like you actually know and get to know what is like to be playing and experience those firsthand, which I did. I bought the game on sale though. I'm not paying full price for anything at all. And it's much less disappointing than Dying Light 2, but that's a video I already made, so yeah. All in all, AC Shadows has been it's a pun, okay? But it's been like a shadow of the RPG trilogy, which is more action based, combat focused. You know, Bayek as a magi, Alexios and Cassandra as a mercenary, badass people by the way, fighting the whole army by themselves. It's a power fantasy. In Valhalla is a bit grounded, but still a power fantasy. And I would say I enjoy them because I'm a sucker for RPGs. I love RPGs. You have no idea how much I love RPGs game. Uh, yeah, I'll make another video on video games in general later. It's gonna be a long one, so sit tight. But anyway, I'm not saying AAC Shadows is not without flaw, or is that the fact that it's not, it's bad or it's good. I would say it's up to the perspective of people, perception, and all that. It could be good game, it could be bad game, depends on how you play it. But the game is designed to be patient. It requires patience from the player. So play it patiently because it will reward you for being patient. And I truly believe that. I would say Shadows has gone back to the old route, which is AC1 and AC2, which is like you need to be careful with your every step, and you need to use all kind of thing in order to win a fight. You have to play dirty. Maybe you need to be more tactful about it. So yeah. Anyway, it's a long video about one game and other game that I kind of just talk about. And the audio is not going to be good because I keep moving around in my chair. But yeah, it fixed my back pain. So yeah, thanks for watching. Expect more videos soon because I have I have plenty of idea to talk about. It's just I guess this today we're gonna have this video, and the next we're gonna have another video, and then go on and on. I love talking about video games. You have no idea. Playing games like 20 years now, ever since I was like young as a kid, play all kind of game. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I didn't own a console, but I did emulate them on my PC. Well, on family PC. And I play a lot of games like Tomba. Is Tomba, is typed as Tomba. Vtuber 2 is on Steam. I really want to revisit that game. I love that game. It's my childhood game. And then there's also other game as well. But yeah, that's for another video. Alright. Since we are here, I would like to ask you rather. I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you watch this long. You watch to the end of the video. Because we're getting close to 500 sub, and I'm gonna pump more video about this because it's getting good reception. It's gonna be a daily video, and I'm not gonna run out of it soon because I play game and I enjoy them, and there's many more to come. Anyway, I'll be seeing you. Have a good day, good night, good evening, and take care of yourself. Ciao.